Okay guys, this is going to be my new series called Countries Episode 1, and it's going to be the logical edition. My idea is to expand the country series into logical, chaos, and then fantasy. Well, no, more fictional. Yeah, fictional. But then, and finally, there would be the original countries. So yeah, I also learned about alpha inheritance, which allows me to follow the geography, which makes it more quicker and slick, but I won't be doing it with the other map because it basically just ruins the geography. Anyway, it's called logical because I actually use my brain. Instead of spinning a wheel, I actually make up where we'll start. Yeah. So first, I think it's going to be in Europe because the word country is in English, and English came from England, and England and made English, and English has the word country in it, so of course it's going to be in Europe. There are three main ways I believe that the humans will come, because remember, humans originally came from Africa. So yeah, I believe that they're either going to cross via Turkey into Greece, either go from Tunisia to um, Sicily, or go through Morocco to Gibraltar, Spain. So, Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch, take a bite. So if it was, let go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So the Iberia. Okay. So I'm going to start with my favorite color, blue. I choose blue because it's my favorite color. Anyway. So these blue Iberians will start down here. And now I fill it. And then continue with my pencil. Doing nice brush strokes. But anyway, I'll set it back to the wait. What was it again? Oh yeah, the paint. Nope. Let me look for that brush. Nope. 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 That's the wrong pencil. Oh yes, this is it. So of course its capital will be pencil. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, the blue Iberians. Of course. So now what they are going to do is discover, of course, a bit of Morocco via Gibraltar. And then they also discover these islands right here. So yeah, and then in the blue Iberians will expand southward into Africa and claim these islands. Oh, where was that old brush? Yeah, here. Yeah. Anyway, they will then send a discoverer group through here, kind of like Christopher Columbus, discovering places like Portugal. And then once again, I need a more wet one. Wet. How can I make this better? You know what? I'll use my trusty friend, the pencil. So yeah, it will follow through here and down through here. But now, this will be the story of Portugal, because now these guys like, I'm tired of all these tax rates. You know what? What if we start our own nation? So yeah, the Portuguese now form, and they are going to be last tradition. You grab the color, and then you shift it a little bit to make the next one. So yeah, the Portuguese rebel from the Blue Iberians because of the tax rates, and the Blue Iberians lose these guys, like right here, lose Portugal. So yeah, Portugal gets all of these territories, and then the Blue Iberians are going looking for their explorers. Like, it's been such a long time. Where are they? Where are these explorers? And then they find their base camp. Right, let me draw it better. And then they find their base camp, and like, great, we can't do anything now, and we can't go to war with them. So they discovered the rest of this territory, like right around here. Discover all of this, and then you also gotta add the new capital. So yeah, Portugal and Spain. Yeah, so that's the story of how Portugal is formed. And anyway, Portugal is like, yay, independence. And then they start going over here. They start discovering upper of here, and they want, and then like that. While Spain, on the other hand, goes through here, and then decides to go down here and discover more of Iberia. After all, and then Portugal, of course, annexes this white area, of course. Okay, and if you're wondering what all of these are, so this one's for alliances. This one, this one's for major cities. Is because they need a lot more information to make a decisive victory, and what happens and what does not happen, because in normal countries you just spin a wheel and decides what happens, so I don't need a lot of information. And then this one is is what was it called again? Yeah, the trade routes. And finally, the last one will be like the ranking system. So I'll call this one S, then E, then so there will be S, A, B, C, E, and then F. So yeah, and then I'll put them on the tier list. So anyway, the Blue Iberians are really sad after they lost Portugal, but I think it's way too close. That Portugal's color is way too close to Spain's, so I'm going to change it a little bit. So now it's clear that this is a completely different country. So anyway, they are super sad after losing Portugal. So of course they are going to try and regain the land by taking all of this, of their discovered territory that the Portuguese explorers once got for them. And then the Portuguese realized that, hey, wait a minute, I think they're trying to capture us as a misunderstanding, because they think that secretly the Blue Iberians, the Spain is going to go up and then block them from the rest of the world. So like, hey, no. And then they declare war because they're suspicious that Spain's going to try and cut them off from the land, making them landlocked. Well, no, not landlocked, preventing them from getting west of the west of Europe. So, of course, Portugal declares war. Now, in this case, Portugal starts pushing over here, and it's heading straight for the capital. But then the Blue Iberians well, no, not the blue Iberians. I keep on saying that the Iberians. I should call them Spain and Portugal. Anyway, see, Spain realizes this, and instead of trying to protect the fort, they think, what if I threaten them by running over to the capital? And all these Portuguese soldiers are like panicking because they realize, Spain's attacking our capital. So they end up rushing back, and then they start pushing Spain out of the capital. And then they quickly run over here, and then they try and encircle this area. But luckily, Spain's able to capture it because, remember, all this captured territory, all of its soldiers ran back to the capital, and currently all the soldiers are down here. So Spain was able to go poof, and then break through and to access the cities. And if you're wondering, and then after the war, I'm going to color in the major cities. So yeah, and then Portugal is like, no, I'll capture territory. So the Portuguese do a really smart decision and decided to go down and take their main ports, because right here is where all their ports are. So right now, the Portuguese set sail and then start going down and then start capturing all of this, while Spain's up here trying to desperately get them away from their capital. Up here, while Spain's getting all of this, and after that, Spain gets all of this, and Portugal. And then Spain's like, oh no, all my territory has been lost down here and now I'm broke. So Portugal is able to punch straight through Spain, but without massive casualties, making the military basically like useless for a couple of days. As they slowly encircle Spain, and Spain decides to sign the peace treaty. And here's how it's going to be arranged. So, first, I'll cut this out, probably. So first, Spain will get all of this territory back, but Portugal will get to keep Gibraltar, of course, because they want Gibraltar for its trade capabilities. But in return, and they will also get this, but in return, they get safety. So yeah, Portugal will be getting all of this new territory right here. Woohoo for the Portuguese. And then also some of Gibraltar and all of down here. All belongs to the Portuguese. So yeah, Portugal wins that round. And then let me fix the capital. Now time to draw the major cities. So yeah, now instead of 10 pixels, it's going to be 2.5. So one major city right here. 5 pixels. Yeah. One major city here, one major city here, and one major city here, and one major city here. And finally, there's one major city on this island. Now the Portuguese have the major cities up here for the tradings out here. And down here, there's of course the city of Gibraltar. There's also the city of Melilla. Is that how I call it? Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, the Portuguese-Spain annexation war, it was a success for Portugal. And let me draw the trade routes now. So on the fourth layer, from here, there's of course the capital, which has a thick black line going straight to this town and down to here in this town. And then the town, and the reason why is because this town serves as like a connection point to all these towns down here. So it's really valuable because right here is the main port. Yeah. And then right here, if we follow this, this is Spain's trade route. And of course, this, wait, I need to add one more major city. I forgot one. Right here. This major city will be used for connecting up. Anyway, yeah, layer 4. And up here, it will be connected. And then right here, there will be a trade route to this. There will be a trade route to this island, of course. Before there's another trade route to this island. And finally, which is this major city. Wait. No. Remove layer. Yeah. Okay. So as you see, paint. Right. Yeah, and there's paint layer 3, which shows all the major cities. And of course, paint layer 1 has the capitals. So yeah. So far, it seems like a success for Portugal. But Spain has really much anger in it after the Portuguese literally stole the main trade route because they used Morocco to tax all the ships coming over here to Portugal. But now all the Spanish ships coming down get taxed by Portugal. So Spain's really mad about that. So what they're going to do is they're going to start funding these rebellion groups in Spain. And then, poof, the city. So 1 second, as tradition, we got to change it a little bit. Poof, this is country rebels right over here in Morocco. After they're really unhappy, yeah, after being taken over by Spain. And remember, Spain's paying for all of this Moroccan rebellions. So now, all these Portuguese cities have been seized. Anyway, so all of here, they decide to make this one little city right here. It's of course, it's gotta be 10 pixels for the capital. They decide to make this city right here its capital. And then Spain, and then right here, Portugal's really mad about this. So of course, they start destroying all of the trade roads to the city to try and hope and ruin its economy. But luckily, Spain over here is like, hey, don't worry, I got you, bud. And then forms a trade route with them through here and down to this city. And then through to the capital, and then right over here, and then through here, and finally here. So, Portugal's really mad at Spain for supporting these rebels. But the rebels are like, yay! This guy called Spain is so helpful. And they're like that. Wait. Oh no, this one's on layer 1 instead. Okay, wrong layer, whoopsie. Technical difficulties, real quick. Technical difficulties. So yeah, that fixed. Anyway, Portugal's really angry. So Spain's like, hey, let's form an alliance together because we both hate Portugal, and then I just funded you. So let's make a coalition to fight Portugal. And then the Moroccan rebels are like, okay, and then they make an alliance. So 1 second, it's going to be the Great Oval Alliance. Yep, the Oval Alliance. Right here between Spain and the Moroccan rebels. Wait, I think I need to fill a little bit more. Wee, 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 wee. And then wee, 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 wee. Now, as you see, Spain and the Moroccan rebels are really, really really happy together as an alliance, because they both have united against Portugal, and Portugal is like, oh no, they're going to be coming after for me, and like, oh no, because remember, there were only two major cities in Portugal that really mattered to them, because all the main cities were down here. And now all the major cities have been cut off. So they're really, really powerless right now, because they only have one trading city right now. So Spain takes this advantage with the Moroccans to start attacking, and they declare war. So of course, first, immediately the Moroccans take Gibraltar, and then they start climbing up Portugal like this, and then started taking the south of Portugal. And the Portuguese are like, oh no. And then before this, Spain decides to make a secret little panic attack, heading straight for the capital, making all the Portuguese soldiers run over to try and capture Spain. While on the other hand, Morocco uses this chance to start slowly climbing up to the capital, taking South Portugal. And then Portugal, of course, uses all its might to batter all the Spanish away from its capital. But while that, there's a Spanish espionage right up here to claim this land up here, claiming all of this and slowly kicking the Portuguese out. And slowly and slowly and slowly erasing them from there. And then of course they got to continue scaring Portugal away from the south just long enough so the Moroccans can hopefully get the capital for Spain. And slowly the Moroccans go up here, slowly, and Portugal's like, wait a minute, Spain's doing a distraction. So they immediately start attacking Morocco instead, the Moroccan rebels. And remember, the Moroccan rebels are weaker. And then Spain's like, now they're attacking Morocco. But now I can make this joke, okay, and a fool how do I describe this distraction into this main show. And then Spain goes over here and sends their army straight to the capital, starting to capture the capital over here and capturing over here. And then because of it, the Portuguese started going, oh no, this is going really, really bad. And then they start really trying to get their soldiers out, but this allows Morocco to take all of this land. And then the peace treaty is signed. It's saying that Morocco will get this land around here for all of its help, and Spain will of course get this piece of land right over here, around here. Around, and up here, around here, grappling onto here, and then poof. And then Portugal's last remaining city, right up here, will become its new capital, because they're moving capitals after the old capital was destroyed by Spain. And of course, as tradition, it must be 10 pixels. So, bam, capital. The capital of Spain. I mean Portugal. Darn, I get Portugal and Spain always confused. Anyway, Spain will start making, it needs to be 5 pixels instead. Yeah, Spain will start making smaller port towns to hopefully help its economy recover after Morocco completely rebelled and then got all their taxes. Now time to draw the new trade routes. Now you see, right here, this connection has been severed because of the Great War. Because of the war, please. Okay, thanks. Because of this war, claiming all of this part, erasing all of this work, and then a new trade route is built. So instead of crossing via sea, via Spain, instead they will go via Gibraltar. Because remember, this road was completely destroyed during the war. So they end up having to build a new one. A new trade route via through here. And for this one, I will be removing this part. So yeah, now it doesn't have to stick to the map, so it's more easier to see. So yeah, now there are two ways for Morocco to reach Spain, and of course, new big city needs a new trade route, so it connects to this Spanish settlement. And yeah, wait. Whoopsie, I drew it on the wrong layer. Okay, so yeah, layer 3 now. I'll grab this. And then on bleep 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 bleep. Like that. Now Portugal is forced to be Spain's and Morocco's ally as a puppet state now, because Spain and Morocco basically kicked Portugal out of like the Great Powers Club. So first in S tier, so time for ranking. So first in S tier, wait, what? Is now the capital is supposed to be here. Wait, what layer is it? The third layer. Okay, it needs to be on the first layer. One second. Gotta do a quick fix. There we go. Now back to layer 1. Claim this. Get rid of it. No. Alright, this is getting really, really, really annoying. Dealing with all these layers. Okay. So yeah. 10 pixel capital. Ba boo ba bee boo bop. Ba bee boo ba. No. Okay. This is getting really, really, really badly confusing. Why can't I put here? What? Huh? Wait, so when I add layer 3, no. Are you serious? It reveals the capital. Because I actually put the blue layer on layer 3. Okay, 1 second. Blue layer, cover up this. It will cover up this. And then, blah, 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 blah. Okay, there we go. So now, they really messed up Portugal. So Portugal's having to start building its empire again. Wait, no, not 50, I mean 5. Yeah. So it slowly connects to all of its major cities. So yeah, so time for the ranking. So first in S tier, we have of course Spain. S for Spain. The next in B, then in A tier, there is, of course, Morocco. It's done a really good job capturing the major points of Gibraltar, giving it an amazing boost. And Spain gets a part of the revenue because, after all, Spain's defending Morocco from Portugal. So then, finally, in E tier, we have Portugal. Because Portugal really messed up. Not only did it lose its main headquarters of taxing, it used to get all of its land a part of Spain, but then it lost it due to the Great War in one single fluke, and now it lost most of its economy and only has 1 point. Right? That one singular point keeps it out of F tier. So yeah, that's the ranking. So yeah. See you next time. Bye now.